What's everyone doing?
Hello.
Yes.
We're so excited you came. We weren't sure about having an actual audience today.
Yes. Those watching virtually, Toronto is having a very smoky day, unfortunately. It's forest fire, so we're still pushing through. We're going to have a fantastic class today. And I think a very appropriate sort of topic. Yeah.
Yeah. Food safety in the summertime. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. Wonderful. So my name is Jeremy. I'm a chef for Cancer Rehab and Survivorship and our ELLICSR kitchen team. And it's always the amazing to meet me, a registered dietitian. Spectacular.
To never get enough, flattery. So welcome for coming. And as Jeremy said, we're going to talk about food safety in the summertime. Eating outdoors is one of the great pleasures of the summer, although maybe not today in Toronto. And we don't want a good time to be spoiled with food poisoning. So, and also when your immune system is a bit weaker, you're also at higher risk of food poisoning. So we want to review those precautions. We also want to get a lot of questions about barbecuing and grilling in the summer, so we're going to address that. And then also transporting food to picnics and camping grounds. But those of you that are here know the best part of today is that Jeremy always prepares 3 amazing new recipes. So with further ado, because I have to describe the first recipe. We're going to jump right in. So the first recipe is a salad. It's a Moroccan chickpea salad. And this refreshing salad is packed with plant protein with the chickpeas that are in it. And it offers plenty of health benefits because of the variety of plant foods. Eating plant foods, you've heard us talk about it quite a bit, is helpful for reducing risk of many cancers. And also helping boost our immune system, among other things, giving us fiber. And we'll highlight, like I said, proper food transport, storage, and So now I will turn it over to Jeremy.
Fantastic. Okay, so yes, we're jumping into the first recipe. Definitely more of that North African, Moroccan flavor profile. This is just a fun sort of plant-based recipe that you can do, and you can mix and match with different ingredients, different summer ingredients. This is like the best time. We're very excited for Toronto, Ontario, for Canada, because we have such a short growing season. So, look to see what's available, maybe, more local. Got lots of nice cherry tomatoes, zucchini, cucumbers, all these amazing things now, so definitely take advantage of it. And for a salad like this, it's great to add as much color and texture as you can. So we're going to start off with, very simply, just a can of chickpeas.
Excellent.
Can of chickpeas, drain and rinse. That is going to be sort of the base for this recipe. It's going to give us some protein, fiber too, right?
Protein, fiber, some additional plant protective foods, and nutrients.
And something a little different, a little twist, something you can do a little different with, because they're just canned chickpeas, which are fantastic on their own. They're already cooked, so you can just add them straight in. But if you want to transform the flavor and the texture a little bit, to do something a little more summery, maybe a little more barbecuey, you can give them like a little bit of a crisp or a little bit of a char on them, okay?
Yes, I see something happening.
You see something happening, yeah. So we have some really nice color here. And, bring it down here. So can you see that? A little bit of charring on there. So you can do this a couple of different ways. You can do this if you're doing it inside, throw it in a baking pan right under the broiler, and get some nice color and charring on it. And once you start to see that color, you can pull it out. If you're doing this over a barbecue, they have some of these fish grills or vegetable grills that you can put right on the barbecue that have sort of small holes so that chickpeas wouldn't fall through. Because putting this straight onto a barbecue, you're gonna lose all your chickpeas. But putting them on like a vegetable griller or those screens, you can put it right over. and get some really nice color, some toastiness. You'll get a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of that crunchy texture, and it takes like 5-10 minutes, right? So it's optional, but it's a nice way to sort of transform the dish and a very simple canned pantry ingredient into something like this.
And since you use the word charring, maybe I'll just jump in for a little bit here. We're going to talk a little bit more about barbecuing and grilling meats in recipe number 2. But what we will point out here is that the charring on plant proteins or plant foods, you don't have to worry about. It doesn't create the same kind of cancer-causing compounds. So you don't, like if you see that on the chickpeas, I don't want you to be alarmed. It's okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And to that point too, if you want to add like roasted peppers or grilled zucchini or any of these other vegetables, absolutely feel free to throw on the grill. We don't want to overdo it because it'll just taste very bitter after, but a little bit of color. You're going to add some really, really nice sort of smokiness. And I think, salad sort of gets like that rap sometimes. You can make salad really fun and exciting too. So that's what we've done here with the chickpeas to transform them. And then with the vegetables, again, like I mentioned, use whatever you like, whatever is maybe local, seasonal. I've got some cucumbers, some cherry tomatoes, a little bit of onion, and you can use 1, 4, 5 different types. It's completely up to you. Okay, so that's what's going to be these are our main vegetables, our main plant-based protein for the dish. We're going to move on to the dressing. So first thing I'm going to use, now this is optional, but this is something that you would see in definitely North Africa, Morocco, and Tunisia a little bit, is harissa. Has anyone heard of harissa before? Okay, so harissa is like a chili paste with some really nice spices, usually like cumin, sometimes cinnamon, sometimes I put a little lemon in there too. It has a bit of heat, and this is where that's why I said it's optional, right? So if you don't like heat, you don't have to add this part. If you like a little bit of heat, then you can definitely start the dressing off with a little bit of harissa, and a little bit goes a long way. You can adjust as needed afterwards. It's slightly fermented too, so it has this really nice sort of umami savoriness to it, and this brightness to it as well. So we're gonna add a little bit of that harissa, about a tablespoon.
Oh, I can smell it. It has a different thing.
Yes, yes.
And I smell. No, I know I said different. That's what it is.
Absolutely, yeah. So a little bit of acid to this as well. We're using some lemon, but you can add lime, you can add vinegar to this. Into 2.
I just love how he has strength in his hands to be able to just squeeze the lemon like that.
It's challenging. A couple of things you can definitely do is you can put a fork inside and then squeeze around the fork. It's really, really helpful. You can even microwave the lemon for like 10 seconds, and it'll be like super soft, and it'll be really, really easy to squeeze.
I have been using the fork method. Maybe I'll try the microwave. Although the fork does really do a good job of
the fork is great.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just catching the pits that's a little challenging.
And I see. Did you see how he does that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do that, or you can use like this if you want as well. And then we'll add a couple tablespoons of any like neutral oil or olive oil you can add as well. Give that a whisk, and then salt and pepper. And again, this is where you can. It's your dressing. You can add whatever you like. You can add a little turmeric, a little cinnamon, a little more cumin if you like.
Yeah, going back to the chickpeas, like you want to look for canned chickpeas that say no added salt or that there's no salt added, but sometimes you can't find it. So you rinse it, that'll remove some of it. And then with that, you can judge how much salt you're going to actually put in your marinade based on the type of canned peas or beans that you're using.
Absolutely. And taste as you go as well. So after you make the salad, we're eating it raw. So you can taste it. It's not like we have to cook it first and taste it. So taste it if you need to adjust. You can adjust afterwards. So
just use different spoons. We're talking about food safety, so just use different tasting spoons.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just going to smell.
Smell that.
Smells peppery.
Yeah. So lemony, peppery, right? So really nice and refreshing. And then we can add our ingredients. So we'll go in with our trio here. We've got some onion, cucumber, cherry tomatoes. We'll add toasted chickpeas, You can make this in advance as well,
I love that.
and have it in the fridge, and then it'll just continue to soak up the dressing.
I don't want to. Well, I am going to put the audience on the spot here for a second. So we have like a vitamin C rich foods in here. We have like the cucumber and tomatoes are rich in vitamin C, so it's a lemon juice. And then we have chickpeas, which is a plant protein that has iron in it. Do you know about like what do we call them? Our power couples? Do you know what power couple I would be referring to? Okay. It's okay. The iron in the plants' foods, like chickpeas, are not absorbed by our body as easily as iron from meats. So when you combine it with a food that's rich in vitamin C, it actually improves your absorption. You're able to absorb a lot more of the iron. So it's a cool coupling. It's a power couple, but it's also pretty cool to know that foods can help foods.
Love that. Daniela has lots of amazing power couples.
Not all food. No, just kidding.
You're the tabloids of food.
The food tabloids. Yeah.
All right. So lots of our dressing, our vegetables. Already smells amazing. And then this is where, again, you can add any extra accents and textures. And to go along with that Moroccan theme, we have some pistachios and some dried apricots. Right? This is optional, but this is where you can enhance a salad with that.
Do you like pistachios? Yeah. Okay.
And
I guess I should have asked that before.
Yeah. Too late. It's in there.
Too late.
And then if you want any fresh herbs, we have some. I always say like mint or parsley or cilantro is going to be a nice combination. If you have one or the other, or use what you like. I have a little bit of both here, and just adding it right at the end adds this really nice pop of freshness. Definitely gives you that sort of summer profile, right?
That summer profile, but also like just smelling it right here beside you. I'm thinking of people who have nausea or difficulty with appetite. It has a very pleasant aroma, so I don't think it would turn you off. So it would be a great option if you were someone who had nausea as well.
Absolutely. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to plate this. Here's where, again, you can add other accents. If you want a little bit of cheese on there, you can definitely throw some cheese in there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want... Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. We've got treats. We have treats.
So some cheese, you can throw some olives in there if you want, right? So something a little bit different, but this on its own, I think, super refreshing. Definitely that punch of flavor from the dressing, but then those textures too. A little bit of smokiness from the chickpeas, and then the freshness from some cucumber and the tomato as well. But yeah, that is
our recipe. Mm-hmm. But we did talk about food transport in our opening, so maybe we'll just touch upon that.
Yeah, good time.
So you might think that this salad is great just to transport as is if you're going to a picnic or a camping event, but what's important is to always have an insulated container, cooler, to put your foods in to bring to the event. Mm-hmm. And what I learned from Jeremy previously is that throwing in a refrigerator thermometer in your cooler kind of helps you ensure that the temperature is at 4 degrees or less. So 4 degrees Celsius is refrigerator temperature. You want foods to remain below that temperature because that stops bacteria from growing. And what else?
Yeah. So that zone in terms of the cooling, 4 degrees
Celsius,
40
Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I know we're definitely metric here.
Yes.
But we tend to flip flop back and forth depending on what we're talking about. So it's always good to like refresh because I always have to refresh too.
Yes.
With Fahrenheit. So 4 degrees or 4 degrees Celsius or 40 Fahrenheit. And then in terms of that barrier,
So if you're looking at the other end, because basically the saying is, and you have it in your notes, it's like keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold. So the danger zone is between 4 degrees Celsius, 40 Fahrenheit, and 60 degrees Celsius, which is 140 Fahrenheit. I don't know the conversion. So, and room temperature falls within that, and obviously our temperatures right now fall into that too. So, keeping foods either hot off the grill or having it cold in the fridge is best. And the other thing to remember is that room temperature, not to keep foods at room temperature for more than 2 hours. Okay. So that's something to think about. Sometimes you put things out in a buffet type style, and you don't want it to be sitting for more than 2 hours. And the other, the saying is keep hot foods hot, cold foods cold. The other saying is when in doubt, throw it out. And I know that seems sad sometimes, but if we're thinking about your health and food poisoning, that's really something to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially with our, we have such a short summer, we want to enjoy it when we eat outside. On days like this, it's getting hot. You're sort of right in the middle of that danger zone.
Yeah.
And so that window is it shortened a little bit more?
Yes, right? Yes, it could be shortened a little bit more. Oh, we have a question.
This air quality kind of, I started, I get.
Thank you. He brought us some lovely drinks that we're
very
going
kind.
to.
Yes, especially with the air quality outside.
Reach. I can't. Okay, can I reach? I can reach. I can reach that. Ooh, it feels cucumber. Is there cucumber in there or lime?
It's lime.
Oh, thank you.